Hello, beautiful people. It's Cinderella. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video. Still on the Blake Lively and the Justin Baldoni situation. We're going to be checking this video together. And this is from Candace Owens. She posted this on her Instagram story and also on her TikTok. And this is in regards to Blake Lively's alleged HR complaint, which is quite interesting and convenient, right? So we're going to be checking this together and I'll love your thoughts on your contribution at the end of the video. Let's dive right into the video.
All right, guys, we are in the midst of some crazy PR games right now coming from Blake Lively's side. So I became aware a couple of weeks ago that somebody in Blake Lively's camp was shopping around what they claimed to be HR complaints to various tabloids and publications, namely TMZ, Daily Mail, and the New York Post, sending them these HR complaints saying these were real and these were ignored, all painting Justin Baldoni to be a monster, okay? Interestingly enough, all of these publications, which are known to just like publish whatever, they publish things about me that are completely untrue, they don't care about defamation or anything like that, all declined to publish this. Main reasons being that these complaints coming in were heavily redacted, and yet when they reached out to the person that was shopping them and was like, hey, like we have some basic questions about this, like why are you blacking out the dates? Why are you blacking out the complainants? They got a little iffy on the details and they didn't want to take the risk for potentially being sued for defamation without being able to legitimately confirm that these were real complaints. Now, if you're a PR agent and you are desperately trying to get out these complaints for your clients, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, to help change the environment of everybody who's calling them out on their BS, what do you do next? You can't get any of the big guys to publish it. So you start leaking to TikTokers, independent journalists, because you view these people to be stupid, right? So you're like, okay, they'll absorb the risk. They'll definitely publish this if they think that they have an exclusive. And essentially that's what's happened. They started shopping this around to independent journalists. And I'm now going to show you the complaints that they've been shopping around. Here's the initial CRD complaint as published by the New York Times. You've got Wayfarer, you have Jamie Heath, you've got Justin Baldoni, Steve Sarowitz even, Jennifer Abel, Jed Wallace down in Texas, but nope, no Sony, which is so weird. And here is her actual federal lawsuit where she conveniently dropped off Jed altogether, but they've got the agency group, Melissa Nathan, Jamie Heath, Steve Sarowitz. It ends with Us Movie LLC, Wayfarer Studios, and once again, no Sony. So what does this tell us? Well, first and foremost, that they still believe the public is stupid, that moms on the internet are stupid, that we don't understand these legal games and these PR games, and we keep proving that to be wrong time and time again. But let's just keep going with this strategy, Blake's PR team. They don't think we can see that it's utterly unreasonable to suggest that Sony ignored. You said Sony on May 29th, all of us just got raped. We all got raped and we filed this with Sony and Sony just didn't do anything about it. But we decided not to sue Sony. We decided to instead go after Justin Baldoni in a CRD complaint and then later a lawsuit. But we decided to leave Sony out of it conveniently, even though they would have been the ones that were holding all of these complaints. And nobody wants to publish it. So we're now turning to independent journalists and making them think that they have a scoop. Yeah, something stinks to the high heaven here. And I think we're going to see more tomorrow, obviously, when she is due to file her amendment.
So here is the HR complaint. You can pause to read. I mean, it's quite lengthy, interesting, but again, the names redacted, the dates redacted, which is quite telling, because why would they redact it? I mean, I'm not understanding. Maybe somebody would. But this says, so Blake's team is shopping this alleged HR complaint with no date, but we can actually look through her CRD complaint plus Justin's timeline and my timeline to deduce exactly when these alleged complaints went out. So this is it. We know Lively herself called Sony on May 29th with complaints that shocked Wayfarer, but Sony told Wayfarer she declined to file a formal complaint. Why would she? So, is it possible that Blake also complained during this phone call on behalf of other actresses? Why would she do that? Let's take a look at Blake Lively's initial CRD complaint to see if we can match dates. Okay, on May 29th as well. Is this Buttgate? I mean, perhaps redacting the names and dates was a strategy, but it would have flagged the public as odd if all complaints came in on the same days from the same person regarding Justin Baldoni. It would have looked like what the public has already perceived and orchestrated in organic targeted attack against Justin Baldoni, which happened due to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds aggressively lobbying other cast members, of course, because I mean, even with this, it's fishy because the names and the dates they are redacted, so we need to see something evidence. But there is something else that's even more glaringly wrong with this alleged heavily redacted complaints, something which is likely an even bigger reason that TMZ, Daily Mail, and New York Post declined to publish. All these heavily redacted complaints were sent to Sony, not Wayfair. I mean, you gotta ask questions. Yet back in August, when Blake's disasters PR team tried leaking to the press that there were complaints against Justin, Sonny went on record with Variety and said that wasn't true. I mean, back in August, when coverage of a mysterious feud between Lively and Baldoni began to spiral on social media and in the press, Variety inquired of Sony whether any HR complaint had been filed against Baldoni during production and was told no. Capital no. It gets all the more interesting, fam. Also called me old fashioned, but I think it's weird for a married man to go off script and riff kissing his best male friend while simultaneously accusing Justin Baldoni of going off script, which he didn't, to kiss your wife. We're gonna watch.
Times when Deadpool and Wolverine goes totally off script.
What you thinking about?
Get the I mean, almost done.
Almost done what? Getting my knife out of your buttocks.
Herbert!
These two can't even keep a straight face.
It gets even weirder when you consider that Blake and Ryan have not sued Sony, not once. You know what I gather from all of this is the fact that these people take the public to be stupid and to be dumb and can't think for themselves. That is what they consider or take people for because one, the names redacted is fishy. But again, there is something that we really need to talk about. No, you can't file or somebody else can't file a complaint on behalf of somebody else. If you take to HR or if you go to HR and you have a complaint and somebody have a complaint and the person does not file, the HRO, the question will be, okay, if the person is the HR will ask the person if the person wants to file. But if the person doesn't, it's not someone else's job to file complaint on behalf of somebody. It doesn't work like that. So I mean, these people better come correct though, because all of this, the public is not dumb. Let me know what you think regarding this, obviously. And one more thing, you see how it is convenient how he can go off script with his best friend on in the movie and do whatever, but I mean, his wife. See, listen, if you can't trust your wife, it's not anybody's business. Because one, that is on you and your wife and your marriage. It's not our business that you can't trust your wife. But don't just make it or use that as an avenue to want to destroy someone else's life and reputation just because you can't. You're so insecure, you're jealous of your wife and your career and her career. Whatever you and your wife have is your business. But the fact that they have chosen this route to destroy someone else's reputation, it don't even make sense. If they really have this complaint, why didn't they file it since, or why didn't they bring it since when they brought forth the SH claims? Because I mean, I find it really really convenient because listen, you were SH'd and all of a sudden you forgot to bring the complaint or HR complaints that you filed, or you forgot to bring proof to say, okay, this is where I reported it, to show that, okay, yes, this truly happened to you. And you're more concerned about what people think about you, or you're more concerned about smear campaign. Is it not fishy? Because I mean, now harass they harass you, and you have to prove that yes, so this truly happened, so it will not happen to somebody else again. But all of a sudden have amnesia and you are bringing something else, and later you now remember that, oh, truly, 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 you filed it somewhere. These people should stop undermining our intelligence. We are not dumb, we are not stupid, we can see, we know exactly what is going on. If they truly have this complaint that they filed, or this alleged complaint that they filed, let them bring it forward and let us see the dates and the names. And I mean, it's the SH claim that we are after. We are not after the smear campaign. Another question that I've got to ask is, if this were true, the supposed or the alleged HR complaint were truly filed, why wasn't production paused, and why wasn't it addressed? Why do they did they continue with the production and it wasn't addressed at the initial time? So other crew or other members who were there would come to say, oh yeah, this was truly filed and HR addressed this. Or Sony, since they reported it to Sony would address it and say, oh, something like this happened and we don't condone this and all that. But I mean, we are seeing it now. See, listen, ask question and ask the necessary questions. Like my Nigerian people would say, who ask question no go miss road, or who ask question no go lost. Meaning, when you ask question, you will not miss anything. You will not get lost, because these are the necessary questions that need to be asked and addressed. If this were filed to HR, production would have been paused and it would have been addressed. I mean, there is the SAG, right? So potentially it would have been addressed. All of this would have also been included in the initial lawsuit that was filed by Blake Lively from the very beginning, and even in the CRD complaint. It would have been added or included with the dates and all that. But why did it take this long to bring this HR complaint now? That's a question lots of people should be asking. Why wasn't it added in the initial place or initial lawsuit? Because I mean, now she filed lawsuit first. So it would have been added there, so people would know, okay, this was truly filed, and people will not be running around asking questions that are not supposed to be asked. More so, if this was filed or reported to HR and HR didn't do nothing, it goes to tell you, it shows their incompetence. That means lots of people need to be questioned, not just people on set. The HR team need to be questioned. I mean, people are about to be fired and all that, because I mean, okay, let's even look at this, because talk about Ryan, right? If this was truly filed to HR and all that, and Ryan is big name, wouldn't he have matched to HR to say, oh, my wife complained something and you guys did not do anything and all of this? They would have paused production. Let me know what you think.